with people sometimes meeting in the middle. But the big issue now is Judge Angela Tucker, who's actually a Republican judge. And the reason why the attention is on her is because she's responsible for reducing the $1 million bond down to $250,000. And the reason why she said she did it, well, the $1 million bond was unnecessary due to the client's lack of criminal history. Now, of course, this has people pissed off because we do know that Carmelo Anthony did in fact kill Austin Metcalf. And still, because of this, people are upset. And now she requires 24-hour security because of all of the alleged death threats that this lady has. But we're going to get to those death threats in a minute. The most important thing I want to talk about right now is that people, both black and white, are blaming Angela Tucker for this.
So I've been spending the whole day trying to figure out what judge would have let Carmelo Anthony out of jail. Now, while people are going to argue that she was an Abbott-appointed judge, bias is something that I don't take lightly. I want equality. I don't want biases. So for me, when you see this picture, it's all going to make sense. So that's Angela Tucker, the Abbott-appointed judge who let Carmelo Anthony out of jail. I'm going to say this as a black man. She only let that boy out of jail because he looked like her.
Now, of course, this guy is saying that Angela Tucker is behaving in the way that she is because Carmelo Anthony is black. We cannot prove that. We do know that he does not have a criminal record, which is why she said the bond was reduced. It's obvious that he missed that point. Let's go to Angela Tucker's resume, all right? And I want to deal with her educational resume alone. She was first accepted as an undergrad student to the University of Texas, Austin. Now, if you guys know, UT Austin is one of the most prestigious public universities in the country. It's probably like top 10 as a public university, which means you need to be extremely intelligent to get into that university. She then went to the Southern Methodist University Dedman School of Law. If you go look at U.S. News Best Graduate School, it's the number 43 best law school in the country, meaning that this is considered a top-tier law school. It might not be Harvard or Princeton or Yale, but it's top 50. It's enough to get you a really good job in a big market like Texas, especially Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, which is what she did. So what they're saying is she became a DEI hire for the Republican Party. This is what people are saying. And comments like this prove it. Angela Tucker is the activist judge who has just wrongly reduced Carmelo Anthony's bond. In this video from 2021, she gives the DEI reasons she became a lawyer and a judge. Tucker is clearly letting her politics get in the way of justice. She needs to be impeached and sanctioned. And how is this lady a DEI hire? Everything that this lady did was based on academic success, okay? She went to University of Texas, Austin. She went to SMU. Both are hard institutions. She worked her way into becoming a judge. Now, can we say that Republicans wanted a black judge? Sure, we can also say that. But we can see that there are many judges across the country. Most of them are Democrats. Now, remember, it's the Republicans, conservatives that are white, that are always saying that blacks should pull themselves up by their bootstraps. And if anybody did it, it must be Angela Tucker. She did it by her bootstraps. But the issue in this case is not that she's a DEI hire. It's just that she is not doing what you thought that she should do. But I want to give you guys a good example of what a DEI hire is for white conservatives. Now, remember the beef that Nick Fuentes had with Jason Whitlock. And Nick Fuentes laid it right there on the line as to why Jason Whitlock was a DEI hire for white conservatives.
And I don't doubt that he's a sincere person. I'm sure he's a sincere person. I'm sure he's genuine. But you are playing by a different set of rules, pal. You have training wheels on. You think you've earned it? Everything you have. Take a look around at your studio, your contract, your employees. If you said the stuff that you said as a white person, your would be gone. And everybody knows that. You're on Blaze hosting E. Michael Jones talking about the Jews. It's a good thing you're black, because if you weren't, you would have been fired like Elijah Schaffer. You would have been fired like every other white person. Everybody knows that. Take a good look at everything around you because you did not compete to get that. You got it because people feel sorry. People don't want to be called racist. They feel sorry. They need a black person to give them credibility. And if you can't see that, then you're just as ignorant as BLM. If you can't see that, if you can't be honest with yourself about that, you're just as ignorant as the marchers. As a matter of fact, you are as ignorant as the marchers.
Now, in this clip, what Nick Fuentes is indicating is the things that you say as a black person, I could never say those things. I will be fired. So you could say those things and I can't. And the reason why you have what you have is because you are black. And that is why whites use you to say the things that I can't say as a white person because I'd be fired. Now you tell me if Angela Tucker is evident of that. Now the situation is this. Because Angela Tucker is doing something that some of these white conservatives don't like, all of a sudden she's a DEI hire. But you guys never say that for Jason Whitlock. As long as Candace Owens and other black conservatives on YouTube are getting millions of views every month when in any other sector they would be trash, are doing very well, you guys don't care. Those are not DEI hires. Or those are not people who get special advantages. I mean, go and look at the views you see for a lot of black conservative YouTubers, and you will see there's everything DEI-ish about that. You want to know why? Because black YouTubers and other blacks can say things that whites can't say, so they use these blacks to talk back to black America and be very insulting with their stuff. I don't believe that Angela Tucker has a history of that. I haven't seen any clips of Angela Tucker talking down on black people. We always understood from her own mouth that she wanted to help the black community and be representative of her community. And if she did let Carmelo Anthony go because he's a young black guy, okay, we don't have any proof of that. We can assume that, but we don't have any proof of that. And I want to go over some of these comments because people are so pissed off. This guy is in support of her. He says, let's protect our sister who has done the right thing. They are already trying to dox and harm her. We stand with her, Miss On Code Judge Angela Tucker. We also see this. This is a judge who reduced the stabbing suspect's bond to $250,000. She masquerades as a Republican, but if you look at her information, she went to UT Austin. So I guess if you go to University of Texas, Austin, then you're automatically a liberal, all right? Then look at this guy again. Judge Angela Tucker followed the law. Bond was reduced based on legal norms, age, lack of record, community ties, not DEI. Stop weaponizing justice reform as anti-white when it doesn't serve your revenge fantasies. Now, I will have to agree with this. As you guys know, I'm also a Republican. But at the same time, I understand when I see racism towards a black judge for doing the same thing that a white judge would do, allegedly, for a white person. Then all of a sudden, that person's following the law. And I think that if people believe that, hey, you know what, we've come so far in this country with racial tensions, I think that you are confused. We have not. And even as a person who's a registered Republican, I understand that. And now Angela Tucker understands that. You can do one thing wrong and get your Negro wake-up call from these people. And that's something that you need to keep in mind. And I hope and pray before I leave God's green earth, we get our own black political party that could be liberals and conservatives at the same time. And then we could argue amongst ourselves in politics without having to go Democrat or Republican. Because once you do that, as soon as you do something that the major party doesn't like, or the major race or the dominant society doesn't like, then they're going to throw you out to the wolves and send you death threats and then do all this other crazy stuff when you're just following the law. But you can only follow the law the way they want you to. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shooty Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Junk.
Okay, so my mic on. Yeah, bravo. I'll support her too, because they do it all the time. That boy didn't have no criminal record. He was a straight A student. He had all kind of, I think he had offers to go to I think he was an athlete. He had scholarships to go to different colleges. So he was a good kid. So it was not like he was a threat to leave or anything like that. And she know what it was. I think she knows the facts. If you look at, I hate to say it about the dude because he's not around, the boy that passed away, but if you look at the picture of that boy, you could tell just by looking at the picture that he probably, that boy was not bothering him. and he went over there trying to punk that boy. And not saying he deserved what he got, but I think they was trying to jump him. Be honest with you. I don't think the other twin, because his other brother was there. I think they was trying to jump him. I don't think they wasn't gonna fight fair if they was trying to fight him. They was trying to jump that boy. That's why he put the knife out in the first place. It just so happened the one twin got hit, so got stabbed. So that's exactly what I think. That boy wasn't trying to mess with them dudes. He was over there. I don't know whether he was racing in the track meet or what, but they came over there bothering that boy. And that boy tried to get away from him. He said, "Man, don't put your hands on me." He put his hands on him, like Charlemagne always would say from the Breakfast Club, everything has a action or a reaction, and it has a completely opposite of what he could have punched him. You could have put anything could have happened. Once the man told you, he gave you a warning. Don't put your hands on me. You don't put your hands on the boy. Leave him alone. You know what I'm saying? The boy told you don't put your hands on him. And he probably was so worked up and mad because these dudes were bothering him that the homeboy put his hands on him and he got what happened to him. You know what I'm saying? Not saying he got what he deserved, but there was, you see what I'm saying? I mean, God bless the dead. My condolences go out to him and his family. Homeboy was young. He didn't deserve to leave, he didn't deserve to leave this earth. That young boy who passed away. He was 16, 17. He was around the same age as the boy. It was teenagers. So he didn't deserve to go out like that. I'm not condoning his passing, but the man told you don't put your hands on him. Don't put your hands on me. The man done told you, leave me alone. I'm pretty sure he leading up to that. He was, leave me alone, man. They were probably bothering him, pushing him. They probably was getting ready to jump. They were trying to jump that boy because it was both of them. That other twin, the one that ended up holding his brother and watching him pass away, he passed away in his brother's arm. That other twin, you don't think he was involved as well? He just wasn't the one that got hit. You know what I'm saying? But not saying that they deserve what they got, but I'm just saying the man said, "Do not put your hand." When people tell you, my mom used to always tell me, "Man, do not play with people out here in these streets. People out here ain't playing." You know what I'm saying? Like, leave people alone. My mom would always say the world would be a beautiful place if everybody just left everybody else alone. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth, though. But this is a reaction video channel from YouTube. I'm trying to give him some credit. O'Shea Duke Jackson. O'Shea Duke Jackson. That's his YouTube channel. Y'all can go and support him and subscribe to his channel. He has over 436,000 subscribers. So go ahead and support him. And let me know what y'all think in the comments and subscribe to the channel. Hit the thumbs up button.